The season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And this one doesn't go far.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. Man in motion here. On second down, here's Barkley. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. Down the sideline to the 45. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
They're set up at the 35 now. This time it's a passing play. Buys time, rolling right. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he works it down to the 30-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Dropping back to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Moody knocks it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Warrior 70. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing off the play fake here. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Could not beat the defender there. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Go!
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Throw on third down. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And the Seahawks are set up well as they take over with some great field position. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
And he's able to work this down to the 41. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Slot man motioned over. 2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's on the move. Down the run right, throwing deep down the side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. By those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 19 Tiger. Go.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's going deep this time. He steps in and makes the interception. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning trap. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking for a throw here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And there was really nowhere to go there. Just a small push to the 37. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They motion the slot man right. Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This a 54-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to make this a 2-score game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for... We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Working quickly here. They go play action on 1st. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And they'll take the lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. First down, a run with Barkley. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 24. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Running right, it's Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 2nd quarter lead. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for 2. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Escapes the pocket. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go now. Panther 11. Panther 11. Let's go.
From the 34. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now a 4th down staring right at him. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Trying to locate it. Oh, no! He lost it! Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there.
Go street.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And they make the tackle at the 38. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Hey, check that. Here we go.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
Hold it ready.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Barkley. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Head to 60, head to 60. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
2nd and 8. Able to get it to Barkley. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks will add to their lead at the end of the half. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks push the lead up to 12. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Airing it out to start this drive. Hits his running back. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Only 1 play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Getting out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now off play action. Connects on the crosser. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Check.
Play action on first down. Finds him on the crossing route. And they get this down to the 28. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
All set up now for first and 10.
79 Broncos. Let's go now. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Throwing off the play fake here. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Denver. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll try and throw it here. Catch made by Carter. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 41. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. First and 10, looking to throw. It is caught left side. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give left side. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We've got to see what this flag is all about. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
They'll run here following the penalty. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Call it 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Go! Track goal 80. Reload, reload. Ready, ready?
Another carry for him. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. 6 yards on the play gives them 4th and short. We'll see what they choose to do.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Go!
Quick pass left side. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He brings it in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Okay, ready?
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready? Ready?
They go play action here. This one's caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Ready, ready? Panther 11, Panther 11. Hurt, hurt.
And they send a man in motion.
Hut, hut.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards.
Now we'll see a field goal try by the Broncos. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that trims the lead to just a couple.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
At their own
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. To the ground with Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. This is the end of the... Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger. Hawk 70. 60 Maverick. Take over.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he does quite
come
a
on,
bit
man.
of damage before they
Stop doing
finally
that
take
shit,
him
bro.
down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Hey, Smash. Cardinal.
He's going to throw this one. Short pass brought in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Running is Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fourth and 14. Let's see if they've got some magic in them.
Here we go, set. Viking 18. Go.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
Ready, ready.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll come out throwing. Has the connection to right. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
70 Lions. Go, go. Check smash, check smash.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here we go.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Back row 80. Big alert, big alert.
They go to Barkley again. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Offense up to the line fast. Looking to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks parlay the interception into points. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks push the lead to 2 scores now. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Working quickly here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, he's going to run for it. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And the Seahawks pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
The beauty of defensive tackles is they come in all shapes and sizes, from 280 pounds to almost 400 pounds in their football gear, Kate. But when you get one of those war daddies that can shed a tackle and create a negative loss like that, well, those guys are real hard to find.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he drives it up past the 45. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Third down. Broncos loading up that secondary. They're in the dime here. Throwing now from the gun. Flush down out to his left. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. They're out and set. First and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go now. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after getting this up across the 15. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. From the 16. Forced out to his right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Back to the well again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. They'll come up first and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now the Broncos take their third and final timeout. Here's first and 10 from the 34. Here's a throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Chop 60, chop 60. Ready.
Second and 10 now. Wright reels it in. And he crosses midfield before going out. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Still sticking with the passing game. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
One final shot here. Need this to force overtime. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Broncos see the return go out of bounds. And that is how this game's going to end. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And they carried some of that winning football from